Hello students, myself KK Mishra, selected in NEET or PMT 99 way back. In the previous session, we have talked about the various steps involved in respiration and the mechanism of breathing or ventilation. Now, in this session, we will talk about the capacities, the volume and capacities of lungs. The volume and capacities of lungs can be measured with the help of respirometer. So, the apparatus to measure the volume of capacities of lungs are respirometer, and with the help of respirometer we measure the volume and capacities of lungs. When the lung is, when we breathe out during normal breathing, breathe out or expired during normal breathing, the volume of air that is left in lung is about 2300 ml. This is functional residual capacity, which we will talk about in detail in few moments. First, 23 ml of air is left in lung during a normal breathing after normal expiration. During a normal breathing, a human being normally inspired or expired about 500 ml of air, which is called its tidal volume, 500 ml. Okay? So the first volume comes is tidal volume. Tidal volume is about 500 ml, and it is the volume of air that we normally inspired or expired. Volume of air normal inspired or expired during normal breathing, and it is about, on an average, it is about 500 ml. It is tidal volume. Now, the volume of air that is inspired above tidal volume by most powerful inspiration is known as inspiratory reserve volume, IRV, inspiratory reserve volume. It is the volume of air that is inspired above tidal volume by most powerful inspiration. It is about 3000 ml on an average, approximate 3000 ml. So inspiratory reserve volume is volume of air inspired by most powerful inspiration above tidal volume. टाइडल वॉल्यूम के अबव जो भी इंस्पिरेशन हम करते हैं बाय मोस्ट पावरफुल इंस्पिरेशन, इट कम्स अंडर इंस्पायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम. इट इज अबाउट 3000 ml. Actually, it is about 2000 to 3000 ml, but we'll take about it's 3000 ml. Now, next is the expiratory reserve volume. Expiratory reserve volume is the volume of air Expiratory reserve volume is the volume of air that we expired below tidal volume by most powerful expiration. It is ERV, expiratory reserve volume, and it is about, on an average, it is about 1100 ml. So this comes expiratory reserve volume. And what the expiratory reserve volume is? It is the volume of air expired by most powerful expiration below tidal volume, and it is about 1100 ml. Now comes the volume of air that is left in lung after most powerful expiration, and it is the residual volume, RV, residual volume. So, and it is about 1200 ml. So next is residual volume. Residual volume is the volume of air left in lungs after most powerful expiration, and on an average it is about 1200 ml. So the residual volume is the volume of air that could never breathed out. इसे निकाला नहीं जा सकता. So these are the four volumes. Number one is tidal volume. The tidal volume is the volume of air which is inspired or expired during normal breathing, which comes about 500 ml. Next group is inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory reserve volume is the volume of air that is inspired by most powerful inspiration above tidal volume, which comes to be about 3000 ml. Next is expiratory reserve volume. The expiratory reserve volume is the volume of air that is expired by most powerful expiration below tidal volume, and it is about 1100 ml. And the final is residual volume. Residual volume is the volume of air that is left in our lung after most powerful expiration. These are the volume. Now the capacities of lungs. So here, if I could go to this side of blackboard, these are capacities of lungs. The first one is functional residual capacity, or you can say in short FRC, functional residual capacity. Functional residual capacity is the volume of air that is left in our lungs after normal expiration. So it comes to be this 2300 ml. The amount of air left in lungs after normal expiration, and it is about 2300 ml on an average. And what the functional residual capacity is? The functional residual capacity is the amount of air we can get by adding the residual volume plus expiratory reserve volume. So FRC is equal to this expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume, you can say, or this 1100 plus this 1200 equal to this 2300 ml volume. This is functional residual capacity. Now the second group is inspiratory capacity, IC, inspiratory capacity. What is our inspiratory capacity? It is the amount of air. It is the amount of air that could be taken by most powerful inspiration after normal expiration. Normal expiration के बाद जो भी amount of air we could take in is our inspiratory capacity. So amount of air that could be taken in by forceful inspiration after normal expiration. So this is our inspiratory capacity. And what is inspiratory capacity? Inspiratory capacity equal to the tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. So inspiratory capacity equal to TV, that is tidal volume, plus inspiratory reserve volume. That comes to be about 500 plus 3000 equal to 3500 ml. Okay. So next is third is this expiratory capacity, EC, expiratory capacity. And what the expiratory capacity is? It is the amount of air that could be expelled out by forceful expiration after normal inspiration. So expiratory capacity is amount of air expelled out by powerful expiration after normal inspiration. So it is the expiratory capacity. And what the expiratory capacity exactly is? The expiratory capacity is the tidal volume plus this expiratory reserve volume. What means this is expiratory capacity. So EC comes out to be tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume, means 500 plus 1100 which comes out to be 1600 ml amount of air, volume of air. Is it expiratory capacity? Now fourth is vital capacity, which is very important for exam point of view as well as for pathological examination in any case of in any lung diseases. Vital capacity or VC. And what this vital capacity is? Vital capacity is the volume of air, is the amount of air that can be expelled out by most powerful expiration after most powerful inspiration. Let me clear it. First we inspire the air by most powerful inspiration, then after that we expired forcefully. So the amount of air that can be expelled out forcefully after powerful inspiration is the vital capacity. Vital capacity equal to amount of air expelled out forcefully after forceful inspiration. So the vital capacity comes out to be what? The vital capacity after forceful inspiration, we take inspiratory reserve volume here. So the vital capacity equal to this, means the inspiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume. So VC equal to inspiratory reserve volume plus plus tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume. That is, it comes out to be 3000 plus 500 plus 1100. It comes out to be about 4600 ml. So this is vital capacity. And the final capacity of lung. Final capacity of lung is total lung capacity. Total lung capacity, or in short you can say TLC, total lung capacity. And what the total lung capacity is? The maximum amount of air that our lung can hold. It is the total lung capacity. So maximum amount of air our lung can hold or can take. And what is total lung capacity? TLC is TLC equal to inspiratory reserve volume IRV plus tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume and plus residual volume. So TLC equal to IRV plus tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume. And if you recognize, the inspiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume are the vital capacity. So tidal volume comes out to be the sum of vital capacity plus residual volume, or you can say 4600 ml plus residual volume equal to 1200 ml equal to 5800 ml is the total lung capacity. So these are volume and capacities of lungs, which is measured with the help of respirometer. And if we summarize it up, then the volume, the first one is the tidal volume, tidal volume is the volume of air inspired or expired during normal breathing, which comes out to be about 500 ml. Next is inspiratory reserve volume. It is the volume of air inspired by most powerful inspiration above the tidal volume, which comes out to be about 3000 ml. Next is expiratory reserve volume. Expiratory reserve volume is the volume of air expired by most powerful expiration below tidal volume, which comes out to be about 1100 ml. Next group is residual volume. It is the volume of air left in lung after most powerful expiration, which comes out to be about 1200 ml. And this residual volume could never be replaced, could never be expelled out. Next, the capacities of lung. The capacities of the first one is functional residual capacity. Functional residual capacity is the amount of air left in lung after normal expiration. So the functional residual capacity equal to expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume, which comes out to be about 2300 ml. Next is inspiratory capacity, and the inspiratory capacity is the amount of air that could be taken in by most powerful inspiration after normal expiration. So inspiratory capacity equal to tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume, which comes about 500 plus 3000 gives out 3500 ml. Next is expiratory capacity. Expiratory capacity is the amount of air expelled out by powerful expiration after normal inspiration. So expiratory capacity comes out to be tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume, which is 1600 ml. Now the most important part is vital capacity. The vital capacity is the amount of air expelled out forcefully after forceful inspiration. So vital capacity is inspiratory reserve volume plus this tidal volume plus this expiratory reserve volume, which is 4600 ml. And in final, the total lung capacities. The total lung capacity is the maximum air holding capacity of lungs, or maximum amount of air our lungs can hold, which comes out to be is inspiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume, and these are actually vital capacity plus residual volume, that comes out to be 500 ml. So these are volume and capacities of lungs. In our next session, we will talk about the other steps of respiration, that is the exchange of gases between alveoli and lungs and transport of gases. So अगर इस सेशन से रिगार्डिंग कोई प्रॉब्लम हो, कुछ समझने में दिक्कत हो, तो जो बॉक्स है उस बॉक्स के नीचे, वीडियो के नीचे जो बॉक्स है उसमें आप कमेंट करें, जो क्वेश्चन है आपके रिगार्डिंग इससे क्वेरी है वो पूछें, और अगर कोई और टॉपिक जिसे आपको समझना हो, समझने में दिक्कत हो, देन आई विल कम बैक टू यू ऑन दैट टॉपिक. सो थैंक्स.